Yeah, look, it's interesting when you look into the research. It's kind of mixed as to how much helmets are useful for reducing the risk of more major head injuries,
Mm.
but the there's still question marks over the usefulness in actually avoiding concussions because the brain can still move in the skull. There are some thoughts that people go in a little bit harder. They're probably less careful, less
Mm.
cautious by wearing a helmet because there's this conscious or unconscious idea that the helmet's going to look after that, so I can play just as hard as I always played,
Mm.
as opposed to looking at it as a bit of a tool. I've even seen some discussions around just, you're not getting the pain signal of something actually hitting your head, and therefore you don't necessarily protect yourself or react in that moment as quickly. So it's not to say that helmets aren't useful. We've just got to be careful that we don't overstate the usefulness compared to other strategies like making the sport safer. Making sure that players are if there's any suspicion of a concussion, the player has to come off and is not allowed to go back to play until it's confirmed medically that
Yeah.
they're clear to play.
Yeah.
So that because people who have a concussion are at risk of having yet another one, particularly in those moments where they haven't yet recovered from it properly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so sports are an easy one to kind of talk about when it comes to sort of prevention and things like making sure that you're playing the game fairly, and obeying the rules and being a good sports person. I make a big part of that. With falls being probably the one of the major concussion risk factors, then in reducing your falls risk, and optometry's role, we've got to look at: is your vision good enough? Do you need a correction? Do you have cataracts that might be getting in the way of your ability to judge where you are in space? Are the lenses you're wearing appropriate for your mobility situation? And creating a safe environment is one of them. Making sure that you're getting the right kind of exercise so that you've got good balance,
Mm.
and you've got the right kind of strength that you're less likely to fall. And the fall, if you do fall, is going to be less serious as well. And
Definitely.
that's where we might work with physiotherapists in that degree,